Out with the old, in with the new. What is up, YouTube? I'm Corey here. I'm using our last real chance to kind of take a look at what the OCG had cooking for it pre-ban list. We also got a new list idea concept in here for Metaphys for the OCG as well. So what's kind of going on in the OCG? Well, new ban list dropped last week. A lot of you guys were like, oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, it was pretty fucking crazy. I'll be straight honest with you. How they changed things. So many people thought that list was fake. But Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, is now banned in the OCG as of July 1st. And I wanted to kind of just cover this list for the remainder of the concept for what was going on. So for those of you that don't know, Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, works a little bit differently in the OCG. This card is actually goes for current attack, not original attack, for his destruction effect over there. So you can technically bring out a Crusadia Equimax at like 8,000 and then Gandora blow it up and hit your opponent for 8,000 damage, because that is how it works there. So the OCG finally cleaning up that mess that they've had. We saw Gandora X kind of do something here. You gotta remember, you gotta do like chronomally to half your opponent's life points because of that discrepancy difference here. So pretty interesting nonetheless. But this is basically Gandora X Turbo, a deck that has just been destroyed on the OCG list. I just wanted to share the concept once again because this deck was crazy. And if you ever come back wanting a fun deck to play for the OCG, this is probably one for you. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Defrag Dragon, 2 copies of Destrudo, 1 copy of Dr. Frangenderp. This card actually has so much fucking love in the OCG, it's crazy for these combo decks. The fact that you just get to pay 500 and get an extra card to your hand for no real reason is insane to me. And then, of course, the card that makes the deck viable. Thank you, Gandora X, the Dragon of Destruction. We have 3 copies of Gilzaurus, 1 copy of Omni Dragon Rotar, 1 copy of Performapal Hip Hip Hippo, and then we have 1 Psychic Tracker, 2 copies of Wielder, 1 copy of Takumtumborg, 1 Terratop, 3 copies of Wind Up Magician, 3 copies of Wind Up Rat, and 3 copies of Wind Up Shark. Thanks, Wind Up Loop. I knew you were going to be broken again someday. Then we have the 1 copy of Guard Dragon Justicar. Yeah, I'll just say Justice. 3 Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Emergency Teleport, 2 Fossil Dig, 3 copies of Magical Midfield Breaker, and then this. So this is a special summon 1 Performapal Hip Hippo from our hand deck or graveyard, and then we can special summon as many Hippo tokens as possible, but they can't be tributed, and monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters for attacks for the rest of this turn, except for Hippo tokens. And then you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while a Hippo token is in a monster zone. This card is actually really good for what this deck does. I know the TCG is trying to adapt this to our mentality near the end of what was it, 2 formats ago? We were trying this, and it was interesting. And of course, we have 3 copies of Red Reboot because we're trying to not lose our Gandora here. Now, the extra deck here, we have 1 copy of Wind Up Zen Maintenance, 1 Zaruja, 1 Unicorn, 1 Pisty, and 1 Alpe. We have 1 Agripane, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Crusadia Equimax, 1 Cherubini, 1 Boral Sword, 2 copies of Zen Mighty, 1 Nyarla, 1 Azathoth, and 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Side deck here, 2 Lancia, 1 Prankatops, 1 Kumamungus, Triple Maxi, 2 Anti-Magic Arrows, 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Swords of Concealing Light, and 2 Infinite Impermanents. Wrapping this up. Good riddance, Gandora. You were a constant shit show in the OCG, and I'm glad to see that this goes in 2 weeks. Now, we still have Shiranui cooking around in the OCG, and it looks like somebody discovered that you can cheese your opponent with double or nothing in the OCG. I think we were kind of talking about this a little bit more in the TCG, because this has come up like 3 times now that random decks are just playing double or nothing to cheese their opponent, because 2 level 4s just let you do 10,000 damage over any monster. And as long as that monster's got 2,000 less attack, you have a random OTK built into your deck for 1 brick. Seems like a pretty fucking good trade-off to me, does it not? Honestly. So, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We have 1 copy of Boulder Drock, 2 copies of Fantastical Boy, 1 Globe Doom, 2 copies of Goizuki, 3 copies of Maximus Outputus, Triple copies of Mizuki, 2 copies of Naira, 1 copy of the Shiranui Samurai, triple copies of Solitaire, 1 copy of Spirit Master, and 1 copy of the Tenyi Dragon Adahara. So this actually is really good because this is a tuner. We can drop this on the field and do anything that we want. Also, it's an Earth. Huh. Fucking life does not disappoint me so much. Thank you, OCG. I'm really glad that you guys discovered another way to break this card. And then we have triple copies of Unizombie, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Cross Out to Designator, 1 copy of Double or Nothing, 1 Foolish Barrel, 2 copies of Scapegoat. Hey, look, it's Super Poly. Huh. With Zombie World, everything becomes a zombie. And we have 2 copies of 2 copies of Zombie World, 2 Infinite Impairment, triple copies of the Shiranui style Swallows Slash. Of course, this is probably still one of the best cards that this deck has going for it. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Vampire Suki. We have 1 Security Dragon, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 1 Utopia Double, and 1 Utopia, 1 Shooting Riser Dragon, 1 copy of the Shogun Saga, 1 Omega, 1 Natty Beast, 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Dragon Necrosoul, and 1 Diplexer Chimera. It's very interesting to just see how crazy good fucking Super Poly is in this deck. Like, honestly. Also, the fact that Chimera is just generic kill fucking Salamangreat. We have 2 copies of Bring It Ups, 1 copy of Phantasme, 2 copies of Ghost Bell in the Haunted Mansion, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Evenly Matched, 2 Macro Cosmo, 2 Solemn Strike, and 2 Unending Nightmare, wrapping up this list. Cheese OTK, by the way. I love it. Plus, you get, like, Zombie World and all this other crazy bullshit that your deck's already trying to do. Maybe the TCG should take a page out of this book, because I actually really like this. Also, stupid Naturia Beast Extender. So good. Alright. New ban list was in effect for this tournament, and this definitely ended up winning. The first tournament we've seen. Also, Dark Occultism here. We've been seeing this see a lot more fucking play than it actually should, by the way, also, because you activate this or add 1 level 8 Fiend from your deck to your hand. I'm really glad to see that the OCG now has a searcher for their one of Grinder Golem to do all the shenanigans that they've actually wanted. Now, I will say, Metaphys, seeing this engine reduced to the way that it's been in this deck, I'm not too particularly angry about this, especially since we're seeing Dark Occultism being splashed so much for reasons like this. But this is a really interesting take on this concept. I will give that to the creator of this deck. It is very intriguing to just see what's come out of this. So, we have the 1 copy of Grinder Golem, 2 copies of Metaphys Daedalus, 2 copies of Metaphys Neftaphys, triple copies of As Metaphys, triple copies of Crossout Designator, 2 copies of Dark Occultism, because searching for Grinder Golem is fucking fat. We have triple copies of Demise of the Land, 1 Gold Sarcophagus, 1 Harpies Feather Duster, 2 copies of Mystic Mine, triple copies of Pot of Duality, 2 copies of Scapegoat, triple copies of Macro Cosmos, triple copies of Metaphys Ascension. Just getting the discard draw 1 isn't terrible, but the banish effect is what we care most about here. Like, you have to remember, this mini engine's whole purpose in life is to disrupt the opponent in a way that is beneficial to us, while we're, trying to build game on the opponent. Then we have triple copies of Metaphys Dimension, 1 copy of Metaverse, because the OCG put this to 1. Then we have triple copies of Solemn Judgment, 1 Trap Trick, and 1 copy of Vanity's Emptiness. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Security Dragon, 1 Ningrisu, 1 copy of Mekk-Knight Crusadia Abermax, 2 copies of Link Karibo, 2 Link Spider, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 1 Boralo Dragon, 1 Apostula, the Bow of the Goddess, 1 copy of Akashika Magician, and 1 copy of Dingrisu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. Side deck here, we have 2 copies of Prankadops, 1 copy of Sphere Mode, 2 Twin Twisters, 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device, triple Evenly Matched, triple copies of Heavy Storm Duster, and triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up this list. This is, like I said, this is a whole new take on this deck. I think this is fucking cool, honestly. But What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Know what you guys think. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this as well. And well, guys, thanks for watching another edition of OCG Thursday. Market Watch will be up tomorrow, guys. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.